This episode is sponsored by Aura.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your podcast for everything but today again, entertainment, because some crazy shit's happened. And with crazy shit, I mean episode 7 of Invincible. We have been covering a couple of these episodes because they are so good. And we are definitely going to cover the finale 100% next week.
Oh my god, episode 7.
We will cover it. We will cover the finale and majority of the rest of Daredevil. I know you guys just saw our episode about that, but we'll cover the rest of that probably as a whole by the time it ends, comes out, or if another maybe 2 episodes. I think there is another 2 episodes, but I think it's the end. So we'll probably do it around that time, which is finale kind of stuff. Unless something fucking crazy happens, we'll mention it. But we ain't gonna do a full episode on it. But we are gonna do a full episode on the fucking Invincible war that has started.
Yo.
In Invincible, we right off the bat
0 to 100 in the first 30 seconds.
You start with the little flashback of him thinking he killed Angstrom Levy, and then not even a minute later, 18 Invincibles show up and just start.
They're just NASCAR racing.
Every big city that has the most population: New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles,
Chicago,
Sydney, Moscow,
Seoul?
Paris.
I think.
Seoul.
It was crazy. It was insane.
Italy. They were just going through everywhere that they can.
Italy's a country.
Well, yes. Rome. That's where it was. Yeah, Rome. So they were just showing all these Japan, in was a hero. Where was that?
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say hero. Where was that? They said it.
I don't know.
Was it Tokyo?
Maybe. I don't know. One of the major cities.
Yeah,
in Japan.
I think it was Tokyo.
So many.
But yeah, so we have all these different places getting fucking annihilated by multiple Invincibles, and we have all these heroes coming out to fight them, and they are getting wrecked, bro, wrecked. But the biggest thing, RIP, we did lose a good amount of heroes, but one specifically. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when you were like, I love this character. And in the back of my head, I'm like, you're going to fucking hate what's happening. Because when I
called it, though, when
I saw
in the middle of the episode.
You did, but when I saw the Angstrom thing, I was like, oh, fuck. Are they going to do that this season, or are they going to push that off? I thought it was going to be a finale. I really thought this was going to be the finale and end with that explosion. But I always knew, obviously I read the comics, but I was like, okay, I wonder if they're going to keep continuing to that point where he dies. Because there's such a, and again, I'm not trying to spoil this for anyone here, especially not you, dude, but because there is a specific thing I've kept so super quiet that I cannot wait for it to happen. I just, at this point, don't know when it's going to happen. Because, for example, we just watched this last episode, and what they did was, let's say it was issues 60 through 65.
Mm-hmm.
The way they kind of did it was they took 64 and 65 and put it over before 61 and 62. It was kind of they reshuffled.
Okay.
A lot of the things that were happening kind of out of sequence, but still happened in the same arc.
Gotcha.
So I don't know when certain things are going to happen anymore, because Robert Kirkman's kind of flipping things around. Because right now,
3-card Montying.
So
kind of these things.
One thing is, when he fights Conquest, Mark is still just getting away from the war. That all just happened. That's why in the comic you see he has all these scars and cuts on his costume, because he just got there. But this one, they gave him a couple of days, 4 days to recover and then go back to the scene to help them and then get confronted by Conquest. So they're changing these little things up, and I wonder why. So it makes me wonder about different deaths and different character arc, because I will say this, where they're at right now, they're in season 3. They at least have another 3 to 4 seasons left in them.
Jesus.
Of stuff. And to think it doesn't feel like that, because you just leveled. So the only spoiler I'm going to give, guys, because I don't know if they're going to do it in this season, and it's going to be a while, probably until season 4, the death count. When we watched the episode, they said it was in the hundreds of thousands, but they expect it to triple. What do you think the ultimate death count will be?
500,000?
You think that?
Wait, how many people are on Earth? 7 billion?
Yep. How many people do you think died just now in 3 days?
So many. 2 billion?
And closer. 3.3 billion is going to be the count after they're done.
Jesus. Wait, after what's done?
After they count all the victims.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the news stations are going to say, like, basically half of the like, literally that was a Thanos snap.
Yeah.
Half of them gone, but more bloody. But yeah, they just wiped out half the population of Earth.
Jeez, dude, that's so
in 3 days.
And that was 18 of them.
Yep. And 8 are still around.
Where's Omni-Man and
Alan?
And Alan?
They'll get there. Not in time.
Jesus, dude.
Because
I was really hoping Omni-Man would just show up and just start beating the shit out of him.
No. So the thing is right now with Conquest, who is voiced by Jeffrey D. Morgan, is a huge character. Before we get into why he's such a huge character, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
All right, let's talk about data breaches. You know how creepy it feels when spam that seems way too targeted? I get like weird text from like random people sometimes.
That or like you just open up Instagram and just like,
and they just
know what you were just talking about or thinking about.
Dude,
weird.
I like to say the word Honda and just see how long it takes to pop up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. So that's because data brokers are out there selling your info. I'm talking full name, address, email, even health records in some cases to anyone with just a buck.
That's why I started using Aura. It's like a superhero for your privacy. It scans the dark web for your info being sold and then automatically opts you out of those shady data broker sites. Less spam is just the tip of the iceberg as well. Having your info out there makes you a target for hackers who could use it to crack into your social media, your bank accounts, the whole 9 yards.
Aura goes above and beyond just privacy, though. It's a one-step shop for online safety. We're talking antivirus, VPN, a password manager you won't forget, unlike some people I know. Wait, right. No, that's me. No, that's definitely me. Damn it. Parental controls for the little nerds out there, and even identity theft insurance, all rolled up to one neat little package.
No need to juggle a bunch of different apps. Aura keeps it simple. It's a 24/7 security guard. It works effortlessly in the background so you can browse, game, and stream peace of mind. I take my privacy seriously, and I know you do too, right?
I do, yeah.
So that's why we recommend Aura.
Head over to aura.com/nerdlocker to snag your free 2-week trial, and link is also in the description below. Let Aura be your digital guardian. Your online life will thank you for it. Remember, that is aura.com/nerdlocker, NERDLOCKER.
And we're back. So
I just wanted to help.
I don't need that.
Oh.
I need the silence.
Sorry. Okay.
Anyways, okay. So starting up our timer again. In the next 4 minutes, I just want to talk about the fact that Conquest is such a huge villain. And when he comes here, the fact that he's voiced by Jeffrey D. Morgan, guys, if you watch The Walking Dead, this is Negan versus Glenn 2.0.
Yeah.
It's not going to go the way anyone thinks. Because it's like Conquest and then Thrag. So we met Anissa. Anissa was the Viltrumite that like kind of had a thing for Mark.
Yeah.
When Anissa comes back, it's not going to be good for anybody. And when Thrag comes, it's not. So these
have we met Thrag?
No.
Okay.
These 3 are going to be such a nuisance in Mark's side, more so than any other villain. But what's funny is Mark is about to encounter. I don't know what episode 8 is going to be, guys, but this next arc is so pivotal because Mark is going to realize something at the end of this. At the end of this fight, like this fight is going to change fundamentally Mark's morals for everything going forward. And I think that's such a huge thing that they're getting to season 3 where like we've already dealt with Mark because you had to see like it was like many months later, all this stuff, blah, blah. Mark has been doing this and he's the strongest version of Invincible across almost every single universe right now. But he's always had a weakness. This is where he finally like sheds that and like, okay, I know what I need to do to protect the other 3.5 billion that are on this earth that are left. Because something like that can't happen again because then we'll have no one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was nuts. And at least hundreds and hundreds of them were heroes dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Essentially, this was a huge bloodbath. I think Steven Yeun and his voice acting.
So incredible.
Like,
the range of, like, just changing your voice just slightly but still sounding like an original character is... It was so fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Like from like an asshole to like someone that's super nice and sweet to back to Mark.
Yeah.
I want to,
or even the in between, the one that had the mask on. That's
Yeah.
like, I just want my mom.
Exactly. I want to be in the studio and like see how they recorded this.
Yeah.
Like, did he do it line for line, or did he just like? I want to know.
I'm assuming he did each one individually, and then they gave him like a reference of what he's already done per se, and went that way. But regardless, I think this was one of the best episodes of Invincible that they have done so far. They really pushed a line, and the fact that they did something that would be, and we've seen a lot of breakdowns. They said this should have been 4 episodes. It should have been, because it was a couple of issues in the comics. If they can breeze by all that in 1 episode, they're gonna do the entire the conquest battle should take 3 episodes.
Damn.
Like, it should be a Dragon Ball Z thing, but it won't. They're gonna, because this is the finale. That means everything happens in 1 fucking episode, which means it's
You
either
think it's gonna be a long episode?
it's probably gonna be a longer episode, and it's going to hit people really hard just halfway through. Like, that's the thing. Like, halfway through the battle is a crazy thing, and then like it's the rest of the battle.
Yeah. Jesus, dude.
So like it's like there's a turning point.
So like this is the end, right, of this season?
I think so. Yes.
I hate this shit.
All I will say is this: out of all things that we've seen, and this whole thing of Mark and all these different versions of Mark, the biggest thing that we all have to take from, spoilers or not, is no matter what someone is raised with, and no matter how good they seem to be, one bad day, like we've seen with Daredevil and we've seen with this, can change who you are fundamentally. And sometimes the people you trust the most end up turning on you the worst.
Cool.
And that's the thing from Mark that he's got to come to terms with, because everything right now is Viltrumites, my father lied to me, blah, blah, blah. But what happens when someone very close to you really fucks you up? Like,
Yeah.
Really. Like, so that's where we're heading to.
Cool.
We are heading to a huge thing for Mark, and I'm glad that they're kind of like speed forwarding towards it. I just wonder how they're going to do this with this character, because the characters that surround the other character, most of them already should have been dead. So it's like, that's why that descent happened. So it's kind of like, wait a minute,
Okay.
where are we going?
Shut
so,
up, person.
Anyways, but where can they find you?
You can find me on the Sphere 21 on any social media platform, including Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
And you can find me at AMR Photography. You can find the studio at Archangel Studios Official. And you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast, wherever you get them. And we'll see you guys next week.
Wherever you get them.
Wherever you get them.
Get them.
We'll see you guys next week for the finale, where all of it will be crying. Bye.
Bye.